How's it going, my fellow cinephiles? This is Dominic from Film Overload, the channel where we talk about movies, pop culture, and everything in between. And today, I'm doing a movie review on the movie Blonde. This is the Andrew Dominik film, which is on Netflix currently, starring Ana de Armas as Norma Jean or Marilyn Monroe. Alright, let's just get this out of the way. This movie is horrific. It just is. It is a train wreck. It is soulless. It is lifeless. It is just not a great movie at all. This movie is all over the place. I can sort of see now why Netflix was really reluctant to release this. And I can see why Andrew Dominik was probably pretty upset with Netflix. And the feud really shows in this movie. There is just nothing going on here. This movie is based off of a book, which is a mix of fact and fiction, which again purely shows on the screen, and it made for an absolutely disastrous mess. This review will not be very long, I don't think, because there is not much to talk about with this movie. Again, it's just a complete disaster. The story is all over the place. The direction is all over the place. The writing is absolutely atrocious at some points throughout the course of the movie. And again, it really, really, really shows. And this makes not only Netflix look bad, but Andrew Dominik look bad as well. The film really tries to tackle the loneliness that Norma Jean or Marilyn Monroe felt throughout her illustrious Hollywood career. And yes, you do get that. You really do get her loneliness. You can really feel her loneliness as well throughout the course of the movie. And I think that really drives the entire movie from beginning to end. But unfortunately, the way that this movie plays out, it just does not work at all. It just didn't. It just felt completely lifeless. It felt completely meaningless. It just feels like a waste of your time. Well, at least my time. But it just was a massive disappointment for me, considering that this movie really was on the top of my list for the most anticipated of this year. Now, I will say this, however, the only bright spot in this entire movie is the performance of Ana de Armas, who plays Marilyn Monroe in this movie. I thought she was exceptional in this role. She completely molds into Norma Jean / Marilyn Monroe. You believe her in the role. You can see her in the role. Marilyn comes back to life through the eyes of Ana de Armas, and I think that she is a real strong contender for that lead actress role. But with the divisiveness of the film and its kind of controversial reception from people and critics, I think it could really hurt Ana, which is a shame because I think she is the only bright spot in this entire movie. And I feel really bad here for Ana de Armas. I thought she was exceptional, like I just mentioned a couple minutes ago. But unfortunately, her performance gets diminished by lackluster writing, development of Marilyn, who she was as a person. The people around her were not developed properly, and I think the supporting characters were much needed in this movie to really get across the message that the movie was trying to convey to its audience. And unfortunately, we just did not get that, or at least I didn't get that. I was really hoping for more stronger support from the supporting characters, and when I didn't get that, the movie just fell kind of flat for me. And unfortunately, Ana de Armas had to carry this movie on her back from beginning to end, which unfortunately just wasn't enough to satisfy my needs with this movie. Okay, I know I said there was only one bright spot in this movie, which was Ana de Armas, but I lied. There's actually two. And I really liked the world that this movie takes place in. The production design is top notch. It goes from decade to decade, really kind of immersing you into the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and then into the early 60s. towards the very end of the film. I am a sucker for great set pieces, and especially older Hollywood set pieces, kind of like David Fincher's Mank a couple of years back. So that's another plus for this movie. So kudos to the production designer of this movie. So that's pretty much it. There is nothing much to talk about here. I thought this movie was a complete disaster, which is a big disappointment for me because this movie was really, again, in my most anticipated movies of 2022. I was so excited to see what Netflix could do with a character like Marilyn, with a person like her, and I was just gravely disappointed in what we eventually got. I thought this movie was a complete disaster and a massive missed opportunity for Netflix. If you liked what you saw here, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on the post notifications so that you can get notified every single time I post a video. You can follow me also on Letterboxd, which is right here. I post all of my movie reviews on Letterboxd as it helps me archive movies that I have seen and also keep track of movies I have watched. I post all of my movie reviews on the app, and it's a really great app too because it helps me keep track of movies that I haven't watched, movies that I have watched, and movies that I absolutely love. And I think you guys would get a great kick out of this app as well if you haven't joined yet. As always, guys, happy movie watching. Take care.